good morning, Nigerians living in Nigeria and in diaspora. Welcome to News in Nigeria TV. And this morning, I have with me here Mr. Matthew. We have interesting topics to dissect. First and foremost, we saw the rumble and ruffle that happened in the Hollow Chamber, where the Northern senators were all out defending cows as Nigerian assets. And also we saw just a few hours ago when Bode Goerge was begging Nigerians on behalf of Tinubu that Nigerians should please excuse Tinubu. That we should understand that Tinubu is an inexperienced president. So 1 year is not enough to appraise him. That we should give him additional 1 year. Mr. Matthew, let's start with Bode Goerge. Could it be that Bode Goerge, maybe something has exchanged hand?
It's quite laughable.
Okay.
It's laughable because we all know what Bode Goerge stood for. Though he has right to his opinion anyway, we understand that he's a church member of PDP, not just a church member, one of the foundation members of PDP. And before the election of Senator Bola Tinubu as president, he even was quoted to have said that if Tinubu wins, he's going to leave the country. Having said that, you know the nature of Nigeria, the power of the president. I think perhaps a Bode Goerge is looking for how to be slot into the good book of the president, having suffered frosty relationship with the president for almost 1 year now. I think that is what's playing out. You understand the nature of Nigerian politicians, and just like I said earlier on, he has right to his opinion, and he maintained that opinion in the period to the election. After the election, he sustained it. But I know that what makes democracy strive better is when you have oppositions who run with ideology. There's nothing wrong with someone being in opposition for 4 years or 8 years, as the case may be. What you need to do is, you at every point in time, when the government roll out their strategies, their policies, you give alternative solution. And when it comes for election, you bring your proposal, your manifesto, and you make people to see why you form a better government. So not a situation where having suffered as opposition member for 1 year, you start diplomatically looking for how to buy yourself into the good book of the president. For me, I think a Bode Goerge is looking at how to get closer to the president.
But also, another surprising news was when Doyin Okupe came out to also defend his current president. We remember that during the election time, Doyin Okupe was the Director General campaign for the Obitadi movement, which was a Labour Party. However, Doyin Okupe said that Tinubu was the best candidate during that election. I mean, these are all news to us.
But what you understand is, in Nigeria, unfortunately, instead of having politicians who will stick to their ideology, politicians in Nigeria generally are there because of their pecuniary interests. They are not there because of the interests of generation of Nigerians or the people they seek to govern. Those people have been in Asura for 4 or 8 years, if not more than. So you know the power that the president wields. And to that extent, you don't want to tarry in opposition for a long time. What you see them do is diplomacy. But by the time you saw someone like Red Omokri, who used 8 years to criticize the Buhari, who stood for Atiku in last general election, suddenly starts singing praise of Tinubu. We all knew what the type of dancing step he was exhibiting, because all the 8 years of Buhari, I don't think an Omokri can step into Nigeria without being accosted by DSS or Secretary Justice generally. But today, I think if you come here, you're going to receive red carpet. So when we see people speak, we understand why. Because they too, they're in the game of politics. They know the power of the presidency and the power of the president. And nobody, as a politician, wants to incur the wrath of the president. Most especially as most of them are not putting accusation of any particular individual anyway. Most of them may have served in one capacity or the other that they may not want the government to open their books. So I think that was explain what we are saying.
But if those politicians are being diplomatic, or should I say they have been, mischievous, what about the likes of Wole Soyinka, the likes of Reverend Matthew Kuka, and in fact, General Overseer of Redeemed Christian Church of God, whom we've always known to be objective in their, appraisals of government. Look at Wole Soyinka, who has always told us that he will appraise every government after 1 year. We have not heard anything from him. Look at Matthew Kuka, who initially was ranting, then suddenly he went to Aso Rock and he came out. He said, "Yes, let us give this president another year." We saw Adeboye saying that, "Yes, let us pray for Tinubu to succeed." I mean, are these people also scared of the president? Because it seems now everybody's on the side of the president. And meanwhile, the people are not happy.
Let me start from Professor Wole Soyinka. For me, Professor Wole Soyinka is among the first-class citizens in terms of affluence, wealth, dignity, name it.
What do you mean first class? So what class do you belong, if I may ask?
No, it will be left for other people to do appraisal on myself.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, he may not suffer what the ordinary Nigerians suffer. So each time you see him speak, I think he's like an advocate of the masses. But unfortunately, I think he have not allowed friendship to friendship may have overshadowed his ability to do objective appraisal. Because if Wole Soyinka is to do appraisal of this government today, I know he will not have any other option than to criticize. Perhaps because he don't want, he's a personal friend of the president. You can't take that away. Perhaps because they were in the trenches fighting together during the time of Nadako, all the fight to us military out of power. We have seen Wole Soyinka pay visit to the president even after he became president. Even in one instance, he said that Tinubu is stubborn, that he advised him not to run for this election. So they are intimate. So I think that must explain the reason he is not speaking up. Then let us look at the man of God. I have so much respect and regard for men of God, especially when you talk of somebody like Kumuyi. So I'll beg to differ on that. I may not want to address any issue that have to do with whatever, because I understand that as a man of God, it behoves on him to preach the word of God, not to meddle into politics. Because the Bible says, "Ye shall receive power after Holy Spirit come upon you, and you be my witness in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and to the uppermost ends of the earth." So that is his mandate. So jumping into politics is out of it.
But I believe it is only when the people are alive they can preach the gospel. In this instance, Nigerians are,
No, it is not for him to explore the power of prayer, intercession. That I believe he's not ignorant of. They're looking at Kuka. I think Kuka is vocal. Kuka is still active. I don't think Kuka have been cowed, coerced, or intimidated. As at the last count, I'm aware that Kuka still came out to criticize this government. So for me, I think Kuka is someone I respect so much. And if Kuka start behaving in a way that I consider not appropriate, I will not waste time in saying it. But for me, for now, I think Kuka is still on point.
Now, the issue of cows being a national asset, the issues of cow being compared to human beings, the issues of cow whereby the northern senators will go all out to defend cows as against the killings of Fulani herders. What's your response to that? Because we all saw the argument that erupted in the Alo chambers, where the Senator Akpabio said that the cows are not human beings and the cows can be tamed within the confinement. But we saw how the Northerners aggressively go against Senator Akpabio. What's your take on this?
I think it's quite unfortunate that at the point we are seeing people elevating cow up to the standard of human. But good a thing, the Senate president did not waste time in addressing it as a when due, because he made the senator that was fronting that opinion to realize that the section you are citing is talking about the freedom of movement of Nigerian citizens, and cow do not enjoy the same rights, privilege according to Nigerians by the constitution. So I think for the first time, I'm happy with what the Senate president did, because he made him understand that yes, this is an affront an insult to humanity to try to compare or elevate cow to the standard of Nigerians.
But again, the Miyetti Allah's Association have sent a warning to the Southerners, most especially Senator Fabio, that Nigerians have every right of movement, inclusive of their properties and businesses. And as far as we are concerned, cows are their properties. I mean, this is becoming a serious bottleneck.
That is why we encourage Mr. President and the Senator Bode Tinubu, who is the president and the commander of the armed forces, to use his good office, not to delay further, to see that we push through this state police. Because for me, I'm not saying any law-abiding Fulani man should be restricted, his rights should be infringed on. But we have a situation where the Fulani SSs, the head as the SSs, is at an alarming stage. I had a conversation with someone from Benue recently who said his family right back in Benue have been IDP camp for over 8 years. As such, he buy foodstuff, carry rice, yam from Lagos and sent to village. So I don't think we can continue living like this. We all know the rate at which our farm produce, the price is skyrocketing, and it's a function of inability of our farmers to cultivate all this crop. So for me, I think the government should, as a matter of fact and urgency, look into state police as a panacea to all these challenges of food security, food prices and others.
Okay. Thank you very much for that wonderful submission, Mr. Matthew. Thank you for your time. Yeah. Yes, I have with me Mr. Christian Chukwu, a very popular political analyst. Welcome, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, so it seems now that all the oppositions, all the stakeholders in the oppositions are now supporting this current administration despite the evident failure of Tinubu. Yesterday, Bode Goerge pleaded with the Nigerian people that they should give Tinubu 1 more year, that he is an experienced president. Quickly, what do you think is going on?
Yeah, we have this crop of politicians without ideology that over the years, since the inception of Nigeria, we've had leaders that could not fix electricity. We have had leaders that could not fix roads. You see, every governor that comes will have a project on roads. These are the crop of politicians that have, they call them anywhere belefice. They have handled Nigeria for the past 50 years, and this is where Nigeria is. So I'm not surprised that someone like Bode Goerge will speak against Tinubu at the first instance, and at the end of the day, he turns to say something else. That's their stock in trade. That's the way they do. You understand? That's why they really never wanted the P2B. Because one thing about P2B is that P2B will not want to follow the status quo. He might not pander to the way they play politics in Nigeria. Now, it is the person that has the bag that we follow. Tinubu has the bag, and he can buy anybody, and these people are buyable. These people are not people with integrity. So I'm not surprised that even a P2B at the end of the day might be working for Tinubu to destabilize PDP votes. I might not be surprised.
A P2B working for Tinubu?
I say I might not be surprised.
You think that's ever possible?
There's nothing that is not possible in Nigeria.
Okay, away from the politicians, why is Wole Soyinka and the likes of Matipuka still telling us to be patient with this president? After all, they are not politicians. I don't think they are looking for any political interest. However, these are people Nigerians look up to. But here they've betrayed us.
Our elders have put us in this mess. And they have cajoled us using the fact that respect your elders, don't say bad about them. But they say respect is reciprocal. So whatever we say against these people, let them just manage it. Wole Soyinka is a professor in English language and literary studies, a language of our colonial masters. He's a professor on that. Kuka is a religious man. These two things have put us in bondage. You understand? Now, Wole Soyinka was supposed to speak about Tinubu's government 1 year after, but he has not said anything. Probably they closed his mouth with the name, the road they mentioned his name after. Tinubu started with, I want to review one thing today. He diverted our attention with the national anthem. After his 1 year, so people were like trying to look at his achievement for 1 year. So they had to start with diverting our attention with national anthem. After national anthem, they came with regionalism. After regionalism, so nobody is speaking about Tinubu's 1 year. After regionalism, They came with whether the cows are human beings or are citizens. So after that one, they came with the creation of new states. Diverting attention. After that one, before that one, we have energy strike. Everything just diverting our attention away from this government. And these are the players. They are all of them are the same thing. They are all the same thing. They have been in position of power. They know what to do more than you and I. They know what to do. They cannot do because there's no political way. It's against their interests, their personal interest. Look at VP 21 billion naira. The value of Vitafoam is almost that amount. The whole value of Vitafoam in Nigeria is almost that amount. You are just one person, 21 billion residents. Where was Osibanjo staying? Where was Atiku staying? Where was which other person? This vice president. Where were they staying? But you decided to spend 21 billion naira. You see, it's just about interest. This elite class, this upper class, is about their personal interest, not about Nigerians. Nigerians that voted for you are dying, hunger, insecurity, killing. You understand? But you prefer 5 billion naira for student loan. Millions of students we have in Nigeria, you just budgeted 5 billion. But one person, 21 billion naira for a residence that is going to stay off and on. Not that we don't have vice president lodge or where they stay before. Where was Osibanjo staying before now? So I went to spend 21 billion naira. See these guys, we don't rate them. Like I said before, in a free contest, free and fair contest, a Tinubu will not win an election in Nigeria. A Buhari, free and fair without manipulation, they can never win an election in Nigeria. If the people are allowed to vote willingly, no coercion, no politics, no lobbying, they can never win an election in Nigeria. They are just this is just state capture. Nigerians are helpless. One of the worst human beings on earth, Nigerians. Coward. I don't know whatever I can call them. They don't know their right. They cannot. Those that know, they are blinded or by bigotry or religion or ethnicity. Those that can are compromised.
Mr. Christian, why the Nigerians were complaining 95 billion naira was released for arch subsidy, and then we saw how people celebrated it.
If a person like Bode Goerge can talk from two sides of his mouth, who are Nigerians? If a person like Bode Goerge can talk from two sides of his mouth, a person like Wole Soyinka can condescend so low, not to speak against the ills of this government. Who are you? Who are me? Let me speak that English. Who are me and you? You understand? These are the best of the best of amongst us for now. Like I said, these people, they know the solution more than you and I. They are there. They know what to do. But they cannot do it. It's just about their personal interest, and they believe that. I think the best thing for this country, I don't know. God should just come and everybody just go to heaven.
Okay. In the north, cows are competing with people. They said that the cows cannot be stopped from open grazing, that it's a part of their lifestyle, that every Fulani is born to rear cow, and there is no law in Nigeria that will stop them from open grazing. Akpabio said cows will never sit side to side with human beings, and ever since we've had clashes in the hollow chamber. What's your reaction to this?
Let's have a 1 minute silence for people in authority. When you say cows can be citizens of our dear country called Nigeria, it is unfortunate that we are having the discussion. It is unfortunate that intellectual people are having such discussion at the in quote hollow chamber. Sometimes I just imagine, are these people okay? I just imagine, am I okay allowing this kind of? Odumoje just said that nobody's educated in Nigeria because you are educated with your professorship, with your research and everything, does not impact on the society. We are all corporates. Allowing such a person to be in that hollow chamber is an anomaly. Somebody will just stand up and open his or her mouth. If it was a lady that said so,
Yes,
that these Fulani people, God created. Look at human beings. God created them so. Man, the country is something else. Sometimes I might be emotional saying something, but see, leave all these people. They don't have anything. They are just there to eat, sleep, and die and go to where they are.
But the bone of contention is we still have to live with this open grazing.
The bone of contention is, why is it that Nigerians are not taking their destiny in their hands? That's the bone of contention. Why is that people are afraid to die?
Are we praying? Are we not praying enough?
People are afraid to die. You can see FIJ, that investigative media. when they do some investigation, it is saying Nigerians that be saying, be careful, oh, don't endanger yourself, oh, don't die, oh. See, for you to come out of this mess, there must be a sacrifice that you are willing to take. Because if not, these people are evil. They are happy you being hungry. They are happy you being impoverished. It is beneficiary to them. It's a benefit to them. If you are okay, if you are liberated, if your economy is good, it will not be beneficial to them. You understand? So they're happy trying to balance it, tell you some propaganda, some lies. For instance, now maybe next year, Tinubu, the exchange rate will now get to 1,000. Some people will not be praising Tinubu. From 700 or 400, you took it to 1,000. So that's what they do. They bring it forth and back. They play on your mind. Nigeria, they play on your mind. They'll try to do something 50 years backward, they bring it 2 years, and they start praising themselves. So Nigeria working will not favor these guys. You can never favor them. That's why one person will spend 21 billion naira for just a residence. Then millions of students in Nigeria will spend 5 billion naira. Student loan that they are going to pay back, 5 billion naira. They banned journalists from covering that event yesterday. And before our eyes, and people just go online and start supporting this government. My brother, let's talk about another thing. It's just unfortunate that I'm in Nigeria and I'm in Nigeria. Unfortunate.
Well, Mr. Christian, I mean, looking at the way our oppositions are being dismantled, because it seems we don't even have a voice in the opposition anymore. Come 2027, do you think there's a hope to kick out this president?
A Peter Obi is afraid to go to prison. A Peter Obi is afraid to lead people at the front. He wants to use the Nigerian diplomatic way. Those people are in charge of the military, they're in charge of the judiciary, they're in charge of the legislature. The legislature that was singing, on your mandate we shall stand. So you want to use their means, want to play politics with them. They have the carrot and the stick. They make the laws, they're in charge of the game, they decide who becomes who. You are afraid to go to prison, afraid to take an offensive against the government, protest, you are afraid to do that. Is it now that you are in charge of everything, you are in power, that you want to? Let me say 2027 is a done deal. Tinubu is spending 8 years. If not, you can spend the way it is now, the way people are being bribed, people are selling their conscience. People that had 2 PhDs, people that are professors, are just behaving as if they never had education. Tinubu can stay for a third term. Imagine these things are happening. Nigerians cannot come out. Some people just come online and start saying, looking for excuses. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Bigotry is a demon. This religion is a demon that needs to be casted out of Nigerians. Because with this bigotry and ethnicity and religious whatever, Nigeria will never move forward. A typical APC person will tell you that you are praying for Nigeria. Nigeria has not moved forward. So the indices there is that Nigeria will never move forward. You understand?
Thank you, Mr. Christian, for that powerful submission. I mean, what do we have to do, Nigerians? Shall we keep praying, or we take the bull by the horn?
Pray.
I mean, if I ask about 10 people now, they will tell us God will do it.
When God created the world, He gave Adam and Eve, go. I've done my part. Go and do the remaining, replenish the earth. He just comes to supervise.
I think we are the most religious people on earth. So
when you go to Ogun State along that expressway, see churches are praying, and we are being deceived because religion has taken our thinking faculty away. Pray for what? We are the other countries can't do business with the Nigerian. What is your religion, Mr.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Christian. That was an emotional one. And I mean, it's a fact. You know, they said the truth hurts but heals. I just hope Nigerians very soon will open their eyes and understand that prayer alone cannot do the magic, that we must take our destiny by hand. And yes, we must hold our government accountable by, meeting at the barricades, seeking for good governance. Because, of course, that Senate climb that you run to, the people there hold their governors accountable on a daily basis. So for now, I think we've come to the end of this program. We're going to meet once again on Monday. Thank you for joining us, and please kindly like, subscribe, and share this channel for more people to engage the video. Thank you, and bye for now.